Catch me on Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. And I'm available anywhere that you listen to podcasts, okay, and your radio shows. So get on it, okay? Let's do this. I love to connect with you and promote what you got going on. Let's get it. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the Blueprint Live, visit thebpmediaco.com today. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live with your girl, MzMetchi. Brought to you by Philly 101.5 and Indie 95.3 and Fluent Radio. Shout out to our partners, Be Your Own Kind and MzWTT, honey. And thank you to our amazing sponsors, Tax Strategy, Black Dollar Days, Fiya Infusions, and last but not least, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Okay, tune in every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and at 9 p.m. Eastern Time in Philly. All right, y'all, it's showtime. Let's get it.
What it do? Your favorite cousin Young Jock checking in, and right now you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite MzMetchi. All right, hey man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I know what you should be doing. I'm the pride of the Eastside DJ MH and you need to tune into the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi.
Yo, what's happening in? What's happening in? Oh, it's your boy $2 Fabo, Bankhead Fabo. Oh, hey man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi, and I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Oh, Fabo!
Hey, y'all. I'm just listening to some Not Them Riding. That's all. Come on in. It's Thursday. Grab your cups. Y'all know we like to jam out on Thursdays. That's just what we do, okay? That is what we do. This is brand new, Not Them. Now, I gave y'all a snippet. You all know, okay? If you want to know what's on my playlist, that was Not Them Riding, okay? You all make sure that you go. That is available anywhere you listen to your favorite music, okay? Welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, checking in. Happy Thursday wherever you are, okay? I don't care if you're on the West Coast, if you're on the East Coast, baby. Hello. I am just so excited. I have an incredible show for you tonight. We have so much to catch up on. Okay? But before I go any further, I have to thank all of my listeners that are tuning in Chicago, Jersey, Philly, and Houston. Baby, where would we be without you? Okay? Thank you all so much for tuning in every week, for the likes, for all of the shares. It is just absolutely amazing, and I appreciate your support tremendously. Okay? Shout out to Fluent Radio. Okay? Fluent Radio, Indie 101.5, Philly Jams 95.3, and Mixed Talk Media. Y'all know look, we're on so many platforms. Sometimes I get mixed up. Okay? But shout out to the stations where the Blueprint Live is broadcasted. You all make sure that when you're not tuning into my show, that you're tuning into all of the other amazing shows that are on each of those networks. Okay. Media, we have to support other media. Okay. So it's very, very important. Tonight, what I want you all to do, if you are tuning in with me, drop your business in the comments. If you have a project you're working on, if you have an event that we need to attend, drop it in the comments. Drop all of the necessary links if you're tuning in live on Facebook or YouTube. Okay. I usually try to connect with anyone that I have not connected with after the show wraps up. So those links help me get straight to you. Okay. Last but not least, I have to thank my amazing sponsors, okay? Shout out to Black Dollar Days, Paris Ice Bar, and Fiya Infusions, okay? After the show wraps up tonight, all of my sponsors and affiliates will be hyperlinked. So I want you all, this is what you go and do. Go to the post, and then I want you to go and like and follow and subscribe for everyone that I've mentioned, including my special guest for tonight. I'm sure now you all know I try to get my people that come on the show every week. I'm like, look, what we're going to do, we're going to get this promotion going. We're going to get the promotion going. And tonight I am super excited for my special guest. First off, I just want to thank one of my media sisters personally. Okay, shout out to Tamika Inc. She, in the time since we have connected with one another, has connected me with so many amazing men and women. But y'all know, I mean, I'm a woman, baby. I'm a Black woman. So I love to connect with my other Black ladies, okay, that are doing it big and doing big things. And Tamika always, make sure that she is introducing me to very strong women that have a story to tell. And my guest for tonight is no different. So I've been promoting her all week, and I'm really excited to bring her on so that she can share her story and we can talk about her new book, I Count the Dark. Okay, this is her personal memoir, and tonight we're going to learn a little bit more about Miss Tina Green, and we're going to learn about her story. And she's got some things that's going on that I want my listeners, if you are able to help, okay, if you are able to be a part of it and support, I want us to come together. Okay. So without further ado, Tina, you ready? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay. Let me go ahead. Let me bring Miss Tina Green on, you all. Hey. What's going on, Tina?
Oh my goodness, I was jamming with your Thursday night sounds. Very nice.
Yes, that was not them writing that. We love our indie artists here at the Blueprint Live, so I'm always excited to play their new music.
I love their actual name, not them writing.
Yes.
Shut up. That is awesome. Okay, everybody's going to be listening to that jam. I believe so.
It's a Black couple. It's a man and his wife, husband and wife, and they have Tina, when I first started my show, they were one of the first artists that took a chance and let me play their music on my show, so it's they're one of many. But I'm so glad you were able to get your jam on.
Yeah, I was sitting over here. I was like, I'm so glad nobody could see me because I was breaking it down in the chair. Okay,
I should have brought you on so that they could see the dance party that you was having. I saw you.
My followers, they know, oh, there she go again.
she's grooving. Well, Tina, I'm really, really excited to have you on tonight because we have a lot to talk about.
Yes,
we have a lot to talk about. For those that don't know, Tina is because I'm looking at my notes because I want to make sure I got to get it all right. Tina is a minister, an author, inspirational speaker, a wellness coach. Okay, wellness coach, and I want you to talk to me about this: warrior, writer, facilitator. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And a poet. Okay. So, and first off, I think I got everything. Did I get everything, Tina?
Yes.
You are truly dynamic. Look at you.
Thank
for
you.
Real. I'm for real. I was reading your story and I'm just like this. I was like, I should have asked for a list of what she doesn't do.
And for me and you as well, my goodness, as soon as Dr. Hall connected us, I was like, oh Lord, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready for this MzMetchi.
You are ready.
You are amazing. So beautiful, so talented. I just browsed the article that you uploaded a couple of days ago. Oh my goodness, prestigious honor. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The thing about it is, Tina, my mission for my business has always been to showcase and to highlight other people that were like me, because I can remember a time when I launched in business and I didn't have that support. I didn't have that. And I have made that my mission. And it's been a blessing to my life. Absolutely.
Awesome. Yes. And I can tell that everyone that you engages with, I know they are richly blessed, just as you are. Thank you so much for giving me this platform tonight. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And, so I really want to jump in. And, I told you before we went live today that with your story, I always try to get my, anyone that comes on to kind of walk me from when you first got started, because I don't want to give too much away, but you've got a story to tell. But can you talk to me a little bit about the beginning of you being an entrepreneur and branching into all of these things?
That's interesting. I'm going to take it back and then try to really come forward quickly. But I believe that my entree into entrepreneurship really started when I was a kid of about 9 years old.
Okay.
I used to stutter when I was younger. And my mother, Ruthie Mae Ford, she was an absolute awesome linguist, not professionally educated, but she knew all about tonality, articulation, enunciation, the breath that is required to give voice to a particular word or sound. And as a result of my stuttering, she made certain that I read every single thing we could ever get our hands on the house. If a TV show was rolling the credits, I had to read all the credits. When we went to the market, I had to read all the ingredients on the back until finally I was able to maintain my breath and actually evoke whatever it was that was on the agenda. And so from that, I believe she showcased me. She gave me the opportunity to be independent and to go after my dream. And coming into entrepreneurship, wow, that is a journey. That is a journey that I did not anticipate because I was a mother of 4 children. At that time, I was not educated in the sense that I did not have my formal associate's degree, my formal bachelor's degree. I was just raising my family and doing the best that I could. But once I was placed into a position of lack, meaning that I became divorced, wasn't on the agenda. So then I had to figure out how else to provide for my children. So I went and got the associate's degree, entrepreneurship and small business. Go figure, right? That was and I got the bachelor's in business administration, graduating magna cum laude for both. And
come on now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, you can't just breeze over that. we can't just skate past that, Tina. Wait a minute, we got to stop and get us the pom-poms. We got to cheer that on. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was truly for me. And to have all 4 of my children and my bestie, Sheila Peterson, in attendance at my graduation. You know about Philly, right? And you know about the Mummers Parade, right?
Not 100%. Please don't judge me.
That's all right. Well, it's a parade.
Educate us, though.
That's all right. It's a parade that typically would go on every New Year's Day. It's a parade.
Okay.
And Philly is known for the mummer strut. So as I walked across that stage, I was doing my mummer strut. Okay. And I could hear my kids in the audience, go, Mom. Okay. So now let me try and shore this up pretty quickly. So I had the degree, didn't know what to do, didn't know where to align my interest in what was going to happen. So I accidentally fell into entrepreneurship by way of a yoga retreat for military veterans at Omega Institute out in Rhinebeck, New York. And I met a wonderful friend of mine, Susan Alden, and her husband, Jamie. And they first brought me in to a company called Life Vantage. It's health and wellness. At that point in my life in 2019, I was going plant-based. I was really loving it, and not due to health reasons, but just because I wanted fruits and vegetables more than I wanted anything else. So the next layer of that was internally. How do I take advantage of Life Vantage and all that this has to offer in my life? So Susan and Jamie brought me in as what we were known as then distributors and now consultants. And so as part of Life Vantage, Tamika will tell you, we have some wonderful products. One is Protandem, cellular activators, and liquid collagen. So it's all about the science of nutrigenomics. So after I did that, I was like, okay, I can sell just a little teeny tiny bit. People bought it. They bought the products, and I was an entrepreneur. Then I met Tamika in February of 2022. She helped me become a co-author on this blessed Christian devotional called Discovering the Purpose in My Pain.
Tina, wait a minute. Wait. Tina!
Yes. You're not on there.
No. No, I'm not. But this is the thing. I've been connected with her, and naturally, we've talked about like her books and her works. Yes. Oh my, and it's like I saw it, and you know how you don't put two. Okay, continue. I'm sorry. I'm just over here.
Yes,
I'm
okay.
fangirling right now. I'm like
And
all my
so
girls.
this is the very first time that I saw my name in print.
Yes.
And I thought the first time I ever saw my name in print, it would be my work singularly. But I was blessed to work with her on 3 international best-selling Christian devotionals.
Oh my gosh.
I had a web page. I was selling books. All of a sudden, that's a second form of residual income, passive income, as they call it, right? I'm selling books, and I'm also LifeVantage and consulting and that kind of thing.
You
But
were
I was
doing it all at
always
that point.
working on my baby. I was always working on I Count the Dark. And to be quite honest, before this beauty came into
I love
being,
that.
thank you.
That
Before
picture
it
of
came
you on the
into
front is divine. Let me just tell you. Okay. Put it in the yes, ma'am.
that was Enoch Purnell, outstanding photographer, and the whole photo shoot was orchestrated by Dr. Tamika Hall. Okay. Yes. And what a lot of people sometimes don't get, that was my ode to a very prolific entertainer, singer, Grace Jones. A lot of people don't always get that.
I love it.
But I just, I love Grace Jones. Anyway, so we come back to me birthing this book, and it took from 2019 to now. And I lost somewhere in the neighborhood of about $7,000 even before I connected with Dr. Hall. So much so that I started to put her down. I said, forget it. It's not the time. All this money wasted, and still I do not have a good work. But Dr. Hall came into my life in February 2022. And after those 3 Christian devotionals, I was like, okay, maybe I can trust it to her. And I knew the only way this was going to come out, I felt, and I still feel, is through a Christian publishing house. That was how it was meant to be birthed. As she came into my life and my writing began to take off more and more. And you asked me to tell you about being a warrior writer facilitator.
Yes.
I
want to know more about that. Wait, before we go there, Tina, what I wanted to know was, as far as what was that defining moment for you where you said that now it's time to tell my story?
That defining moment for me even goes further back. That occurred back in 2012. Okay. I was reading an article that I think came from the New York Times. I do talk about it here. No, it was from the Wall Street Journal. Okay. And that particular article, it talked about military sexual trauma occurring at Lackland Air Force Base, or purportedly occurring at Lackland Air Force Base. Okay. That just happened to be the same base that I went through basic training with. The fact that this was 2012 and I went through basic training back in the late 70s, I said, you've got to be kidding me. This cannot still be happening.
Right. How is that still happening?
Yes. And it gets even worse because there's so much that's going on right now with regard to military sexual trauma that affects not only females, but also males. That now is simply the time for me to birth my story in hopes of reaching one person. That's all I wanted, was to reach one person.
That's right.
But a pastor who's also a military veteran, a friend of mine, I continue to shout her name, Pastor Edavie LaCroix, out of, forgive me. I'm going to forget where she is. I want to say Colorado.
That's okay.
But she said, no, Tina, you reach one, you reach 1,000.
That's right.
Blew me away because I'd never heard that before.
Yeah.
And I was involved with another nonprofit. I'm going to come back to Warrior Writers as a nonprofit in a second, but the nonprofit is called The Mission Continues. And I was selected out of 700 applicants. I was one of 70 selected to participate in a Women Veterans Leadership Program. That blew me away, period, in the first place, to be one of 70 out of 700 applicants. That was outstanding. And when
Absolutely.
I got there, we had a 6-month program and we had to come up with a call to action. So I decided I wanted my call to action to be about military sexual trauma. I
Okay.
wanted to put on a virtual walk event to raise greater awareness, advocacy, and support for survivors and thrivers everywhere. So I
Okay.
talked about it, not about my trauma, but talked about my call to action in October. Then in March, when I graduated, not one, not two, but 3 separate military veterans came up to me and
Yeah.
told me that because I shared in October, they now are connecting with their VA hospital. They have
Okay.
found a therapist. They are in treatment. They are applying for disability compensation due to military sexual trauma. So
Yeah.
after hearing from Pastor Edevihe, I said, "Oh, my job is done, I guess," because
Right. It's like,
I
no, no,
only
no.
wanted to reach one.
Right.
And here it was. I reached 3 separate military veterans,
That's
and
amazing.
and it continues to go on and on and on. A very
Yeah.
dear friend of mine, also who graduated WBLP, Lorraine
Okay.
Reyes, we had the opportunity to go and be, you know how you be on Rockefeller Center for
Okay.
the morning talk show.
Okay.
And we were there to talk about, just raise a sign and try to get some support for our
Yeah.
initiative. And as a result of doing that, Lorraine happened to mention to me, "Oh, Tina, why don't you put up your sign for your nonprofit?" I have a nonprofit called Screaming with No Voice. And
Yes.
you can
Yes. Look,
also
you look,
advertise your walk
Tina, you know
event.
I got you. I'm like, we got to talk about all of that. We got to talk about all of it. So they had you go out with the sign.
Yes, yes. And
Okay.
so they clipped that part of, because
They
there's a
weren't
ton of
ready.
people in Rockefeller Center and they're doing that pan around with the camera. So that part was eluded,
That's okay.
from the broadcast that day. But that's okay because while we were standing in line and I was holding my sign,
Mm-hmm.
a woman and her 2 daughters just happened to share their story with me.
Okay.
The daughter had recently been assaulted on her college campus.
Oh,
Took her a long time to talk to her family about what occurred.
yeah.
And then I find out that her mother was also assaulted and had never shared that story. And them listening to me talk about I Count the Dark, talk about Screaming with No Voice, just talk about why I was there.
Yeah.
It gave them courage. And the young lady said, I'm going to begin to talk about it more.
Absolutely.
And so this is on the tail, what do you call it? The tail end of the Me Too movement, right?
Okay.
A
Okay.
lot of people are aware also, prayerfully, they are aware that for the military side, I like to say it was the military's version of the Me Too movement. There was a soldier who was horrifically murdered and her body was dismembered, and her name was Vanessa Guillaume. So we were walking around, a lot of us in support, shouting out, "I am Vanessa Guillaume."
Yeah. Yeah.
And coming back full circle with the mission continues at our WDLP graduation, I had the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to go to the Women's Military Memorial and
Okay.
stand right beneath her photo array.
My Lord.
Tons of other military women that have been affected, that have served their country, served our country
Yeah.
well, and some whose names you may never know. I would never have known had I not been there.
Have you not
But
gone?
that was
Yeah.
that was an opportunity of a lifetime. I don't know that I would have ever shared my military story had I not been assaulted, not only by that article back in 2012 that said,
Yeah.
okay, if that's still happening, come on, talk
Yeah.
about it, be about it, say something,
Say
do
something.
something.
Tina,
And for me, that's
I
where we are.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I do want to know, naturally when it's time to share something that's very like near and dear to you, or it's something that has traumatic that's been happening for you. Can you just kind of, how did you feel after you were able to actually get it out and have your story be heard?
There are no words for the many different iterations of feelings that came
Mhm.
out as a result of giving birth to this. Number
Yeah.
one, just going from the process of submitting a claim to the VA, it took me over 3 months' time simply to write out a piece of paper,
Right.
one piece of paper, to talk about an assaults that happened many, many decades ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was one level. And then once we had her in print, then I began to feel scared
Okay.
because I know there's going to be judgment.
Mm.
Someone's going to read it and not quite understand how that could happen, not once, but again and again.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
had the opportunity to have a very dear friend of mine do a review for me before I published the article.
Okay.
And to get to the meat and potatoes of the answer to that question,
Mhm.
this was a woman who stated to me that we used to belong to a book club. And when we would read certain books about assault or physicality or sex or anything like that, sometimes, it doesn't go over well, depending on who the writer is, how graphic they are, so forth and so on.
Okay.
But she told me that after reading my book, now she understands how a woman could be victimized like that and basically continue to function in life. Because this happened years ago, but I had to raise children. I had to be a wife. I had to be a sister. I had to be a daughter. I had to be all of those things.
Yeah.
And my family didn't know. My family did not know at all. So to now have it out there, to have my children recognize, they start to reflect back.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember feeling something, but
Yeah.
I didn't know why. It was disconnected. And so it's a blessing now to be able to stand in front of them and share my story so that now they see people can speak up, not necessarily be slammed because of it.
Correct.
And also bring about change. Because one of the other things that I never gave voice to throughout this entire process was the fact that I wanted to bring about legislative change. I had no idea what it takes to have a lobbyist, to get a PAC together, any of those things.
Okay. Look, I don't need the Tina, so you're not alone. you are not alone. I was just like this. Can I call somebody?
I know, right? Because
get a referral?
it's not the only issue of importance in the world, but it's extremely important to me. And so during that graduation, I had the opportunity to connect with someone who then put me in connection with an actual politician.
Okay.
I had the opportunity to share my story, my trauma with a politician in Chicago at another Mission Continues event who shared with me that as a result of talking with me, she now sees a different level of intersectionality between her constituents who have more physical disabilities that she didn't even consider at that time whether or not there were mental disabilities that could be at play as well. And so not only that, I met a young lady who had also been assaulted on a college campus, who now has given voice and is beginning to speak more and more about her trauma. And she happens to be working for a couple of the local politicians around here. So she has offered to help me get together with lobbyists to begin to formulate a PAC so that we can bring about some legislative change. And my mission here is hopefully to prevent the perpetrators from becoming perpetrators in the first place, which means they need training. More training on empathy, more training on respecting boundaries, more training on compassion, on recognizing that the woman or the man you stand in front of could be your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, your niece, your nephew, your cousin, your friend, your significant other. And so respect those boundaries and understand that I'm a person just like you.
Exactly. Oh, Tina, woo, okay. Girl. Okay.
Yes.
I got to gather myself real quick.
That's all right.
I mean, no, it's.
And I forgot to talk about word writer facilitator.
Yeah, so look, I'm like, let's loop back around to that because I want to jump into the book before I have to let you go. So yeah, talk to me.
Okay, so very briefly, that is a nonprofit organization that is here for veterans who want to have an opportunity to write, to listen, to play music, to do all kinds of artistic endeavors. And I had the opportunity to go through their facilitator training course. And as a result, I am what is now known as a warrior writer facilitator. So I facilitate writing workshops, not only for veterans, but also for civilians as well. And a military friend of mine, this comes back full circle to Susan Alden and that yoga retreat for veterans. I met another veteran there who also belongs to the New York City Police Department. And she asked me to come and facilitate a couple of workshops last April. Just barely 13 months ago in New York City for their first annual women's, I think it was called a women's retreat. And so I had the opportunity to share with a bunch of New York City female policemen. And you know, their trauma is really no different from anyone that provides service to the community, whether you're a firefighter or a policeman, policewoman, whether you happen to be a doctor in the medical field, or whether you also happen to be military and you're going on the front lines. Because as a police person, a police officer, you're confronted with all manner of trauma all the time. And so helping them to facilitate their writing endeavors was very, very rewarding. It was absolutely fabulous. So I'm very
congratulations,
warrior facilitator.
Yeah, that's congratulations. That is an amazing thing, you know, and then to have your work recognized. And it's like, look, you were Tina, you were getting flued out, as they like to say, right?
Yes, mommy.
They said we got to bring you on over. You know, I want to go ahead. I want to jump into your memoir, I Count the Dark. Just because this is the thing, we don't want to give them too much, right? We want to give them just enough. But as far as for I Count the Dark, if what can the readers expect as far as on the journey of reading the book, and learning more about your story? What can they expect from you?
They can first of all expect to be taken back to the late 70s, to the parties that we used to have with all the music, the macaroni and cheese, the afros, the wide-legged pants, the denim suit, you know, the long mid maxi. So they can expect to be taken back to my going away party at the Freedom Theater, Gordon Master Street. And just, oh my God, it was an unbelievable going away party. And from there, I always like to say to people, do you remember that movie with Goldie Hawn, Private Benjamin? If you have not seen it, I suggest you go and watch it, because I try to give people that kind of experience with basic training for me. Because in that movie, Goldie Hawn, she was basically told a long story that if she ran away from home, oh, you can go travel here, you'll be on the beach over here, and you'll just have a fabulous time. But that was not basic training. She was in the mud, she was in the latrine, she was doing all of that. So
she was in the trenches.
Yes. I give them a taste of that.
Tamika said that's before Mechi's time. Just a little. Look now, Tamika, I'm a little bit familiar. I can remember.
Okay. But it's a great movie. If you don't know anything at all about the good, the bad, and the ugly, if you will, of basic training. And because it's way, way back, it's more in tune with what I was experiencing in the late 70s, early 80s, going into basic training. And so from there, the life of what it looks like to be an airman in the United States Air Force. In quick, fast, in a hurry. We leave that drama behind, and it's life. What is life for me now after the military? What is my identity? I did not call myself a veteran for over 40 years.
Wait, Tina, wait. Now, again, this is another non-breathable moment. Why? Why?
Because there is a certain bouginess, if you will, that I like to call bouginess. That sometimes occurs when you are speaking to someone that has served during wartime versus someone that served during peacetime. And if you serve during wartime, then you can sometimes get into a battle determinant upon the branch of the military you served in, whether or not you were boots on the ground for real, or like people like to say about the Air Force, oh, y'all was up there flying high, you get the showers and good food, and y'all ain't really do nothing down and dirty,
That is the truth, because I tell you what, I grew up, my dad was in the Air Force, my mother was in the Army, and I had uncles. I had an uncle that was he in the Navy? Basically, we had a branch of service, and when they would get together and talk about it, Tina, it was like they was going at it.
Yes, exactly.
Like, no, we're the best. We're the best. I'm just like, look, I know. Y'all all need to sit down somewhere.
It still occurs today, but also even more to the point, a lot of women have talked about this when they go into the VA hospital. A lot of times, if they happen to be with a male, they will turn to the male and say, thank you for your service. They won't say a thing to the woman.
Oh,
and one of my other WDLP alums, her name is Medea Johnson. So we were together just recently at the Platoon Leadership Summit. And her husband was sharing the story about how when they go into the VA together, they will look to him to say, thank you for your service. And he will turn around and say, thank her.
Right.
Okay. I don't have his verbiage correct, but that is the sentiment that he gives to everyone. And why is that still the case today? We are.
I don't know. I say it to everybody, Tina. Like, as soon as I find out if someone, because I didn't want to interrupt you when you were saying it, I'm like, thank you for your service. Like, at the end of the day, it's not just men that are on the front lines. There are men and women that are fighting for our freedom and the peace within our country every single day. So I think that that's absurd to leave out the women, because they are over there doing the same thing. They are shoulder to shoulder with men. It's ridiculous.
And there's a wonderful military veteran. Her name is Ginger Miller. And she was a recent appointee by President Biden to, I'm not sure of the military organization that she's been appointed to, but she was our guest speaker at our graduation in March. And she basically told everyone, if you got a DD-214, that's it. You in. You are a veteran. It doesn't matter whether you served during peacetime or wartime. It doesn't matter if you were in the mess hall. It doesn't matter if you were in the motor pool. It doesn't matter if you just happen to be keeping the peace.
Yes.
You took an oath of office. You offered to serve your country, regardless of the circumstances.
Absolutely.
And you never knew if a conflict would break out at any given moment in time. But it just so happens that during my time of service, it was during peacetime. And even once I started calling myself a veteran, it was quiet, like, I'm a veteran.
No, Tina, you're supposed to be getting your discounts. They have to put some respect on your name. Do you understand? Like,
it took me years to get all of that. And still I don't have it all, because there are so many resources that are given to us as military veterans. And it's so coincidental. Today, I was on a call. I attend the military sexual trauma meetings here at the Philadelphia VA. And we were talking about some of the disparities and also some of the blessings as a veteran, such as property tax rebate.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things that I put in our chat, though, is that the sad thing about so many people that fight for disability claims with the VA is that they tend to deny them right out of the bat.
Right out the gate.
And you have to keep fighting and fighting and fighting. But there's another aspect of that struggle that I brought to the table today during the discussion, and that is the fact that prior to the military, people provided life insurance to me up to the wazoo because I was healthy.
Yeah.
Now that I am diagnosed clinically with PTSD, anxiety, depression, so many other things, my life insurance policies that I took out years ago, over 30 years ago, they're all starting to expire one by one by one.
No.
Because the term is up. So now it's time to look for new life insurance. How about one life insurance policy that previously cost me $35.82 will now cost me $370.82? That is only though because they don't know my health condition right now. Can you imagine once I add in PTSD? Because I've made the calls. Once you say PTSD, either they're not going to cover you altogether, or the type of coverage in the term automatically drops.
Now, Tina, I know that, you know, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that, because I feel like a lot of the times people, you know, we hear PTSD in association with our service members, be it past or present. You know, is that something that is, you know, very detailed within the memoir that, you know, that readers can, you know, kind of tap into as far as learning what your journey was with that?
Thank you for bringing this back around full circle to I Count the Dark again. I appreciate that.
Of
So
course.
one of the things that I'd also want to share is the play on PTSD that Dr. Hall and I came together with at a luncheon back in February. I had a different subtitle for I Count the Dark, but following our luncheon, I offered up perseverance, trauma, survival, and determination. So I turned the negativity of PTSD into a story of triumph as opposed to one of trial.
I love that.
So within I Count the Dark, you'll learn about the military's definition of PTSD.
Okay.
You'll learn about my diagnosis. There's a whole list of diagnoses that I was branded with, if you will, another statistic in that regard.
Okay.
But you'll also learn just a little bit about how I adapt, how I cope today with those diagnoses. And the thing that I also try to get people to understand is that you can have PTSD related to almost anything. It doesn't have to be like my story, which is sexual violence. If you ever witnessed a traumatic event, you can suffer from PTSD, be it the Sandy Hook, be it any one of the recent bloody massacres that have happened due to the automatic weapons that are out here in the street. If you happen to have a fire in your home and you lost so many pieces of memorabilia, you are affected.
Absolutely.
You could potentially be diagnosed with PTSD. And it may be short-lived, or it may be a lifelong condition. So, you know, with regard to my condition, they'll learn more and more about how I coped then and how I cope now. And I stand here proudly letting people know that I am a 2-time attempted suicide survivor. People cringe when I say that, because people still, they don't want to talk about suicide or attempted suicide.
They don't like to talk about anything that's taboo.
What better time than now? But mental health is a condition every day. Because every day you wake up, you either feel, you can feel any number of things. So I've chosen to wake up each and every day with 2 words: I am.
Yes.
And from there, many, many different emotions and thoughts come across. So during this mental health awareness month, you never know who's going through what.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness.
With someone. Just try to find out how, and go a little bit more in depth than how are you feeling today. They'll give you a cursory response most of the time. And then
I'm that person. I'm that person. I'm just like this. I'm fine, because we can't. It's very. I think something that doesn't get talked about, Tina, is that it's very, very difficult. And you know, and you tell me if you feel this way. It's very, very difficult to be vulnerable and to share the real things, the real of what you may be feeling or what you're going through. It takes a lot of courage to say, you know what, I'm not okay. And now I'm going to express the reason why I'm not okay, and be open to doing that. I don't think that we talk about the lack of vulnerability, especially within our community. And I don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and people, y'all don't get mad at me, but specifically within Black women, we are expected to be strong and to cope and to push through and to do all of that stuff. But it gets hard sometimes. It does.
Oh, yes, it does. And we don't talk about it enough, which is one of the reasons why a big part of my mission is to share, period. Whether it's health and, because see, it's all health and wellness. Okay. Whether
Yeah.
it's under the umbrella of Life Vantage, whether it's a warrior writer facilitator, whether I'm on these Christian devotionals, whether I'm in as a solo artist with I Count the Dark, and also I have a track that's coming out soon. We can talk about that.
Wait a minute now, Tina. What? You said that. I thought that that's what you said earlier, and I was just like this. I'm like, well, you know, I still got my scarf on. Maybe I'm a little sleepy today. You got a single coming. Wait a minute now. Okay. Wait. We are overwhelmed and overstimulated. Wait a minute. Okay. Hold on. Before you tell us about the single, before you do that.
Yes.
For anyone that wants to purchase I Count the Dark, they want to purchase and read the memoir, where can they find it? How can they get that so that they can put that in their cart tonight?
Okay. They can actually go to, well, as you see on the bottom of your screen, they can choose to go to Amazon, or they can go to Barnes and Nobles or Books A Million or Walmart.com. However, if you go to my personal website, BerthinaEGreen.com, you will be able to go to the media page, and you will automatically be able to purchase the copy from me directly, and it'll be an autographed copy. And unfortunately, if you go through it's Berthina E. Green, the same way my name is spelled on the book, BerthinaEGreen.com.
Yep, I'm typing that in the comments right now.
Thank
you.
you.
Tamika already. She got us right
Thank
here.
you. Yeah, that's my girl. Dr. Hall is always on
We
it.
love her. We love her.
And
No,
this way
thank you so
can
much.
get an autographed copy, because as it stands right now, because it's going through a publisher and then a printer and all of that, I'm not able to see who's actually purchasing and give you an autographed copy. But if you go to BerthinaEGreen.com, that purchase comes directly to me, and I will ship you out an autographed copy. So that's number one. And that link, BerthinaEGreen.com, also has all of my other services and opportunities for you to engage with me.
Now, okay. Before I let you go, because me and Tina will sit up here and talk the whole night. But before you go,
I know.
Single. What? Now you just dropped that on me. You didn't tell me that. Now what's going on with that?
Okay, so I'll show it to you.
Okay.
You may not be able to see it, but
okay,
I penned a poem based on the title. I Count the Dark. And Dr. Hall, the miracle that is Dr. Hall, provided me with a connection to her sound engineer. And so we laid a track for that poem. And it's dropped in it should be everywhere by now, but I did not officially release it and announce it to everyone because I wanted to be.
Are we getting an exclusive, Tina? Are we getting an exclusive?
Yes. This is an exclusive for MzMetchi. You can go to Amazon.com. You can go to Spotify. You can go anywhere there's a streaming platform, and you can download.
I love that. Oh my goodness. And I'm putting this on the screen. Tamika got our back tonight because my little fingers is not moving quick enough. I Count the Dark. I mean, I'm excited. I'll definitely be taking a listen. It's amazing. I'm so excited.
I'm tearing up right now because it's just every time I think of my journey, every time I put another person's body in place of mine and think about the number of people that simply don't talk about it. It's like a dagger to my heart. It really does hurt, because the only way we're going to bring about greater advocacy, awareness, and support for survivors and thrivers of military sexual trauma, and then bring about training, and then bring about some sort of a change in the military altogether, is if we talk about it.
I'm so sorry.
If we don't talk about it, it's still going to be under the shadows. It's still going to be behind closed doors. I meet women all the time that have had and led full lives, 30 and 40 years, just like myself, that never shared not one word. And can you imagine how the men feel? The men who are assaulted in the military. They really don't want to tell anyone. What Tamika said.
He said, okay, wait a minute, come on now. I Count the Dark has been on. You still on the sellers list. Tina, I just want to say thank you so much for just you've been completely transparent in our talk tonight. And I really, really love the fact that you are telling your story and that you're advocating for others to also share, because something that my aunt, she's on the live right now, that she always says is that your journey can be someone else's treasure. And I truly believe that with your book and all of the things that you're doing to reach back and to help other veterans that are like you and that have, had similar walks to what you've had, it is truly phenomenal. So thank you for sharing your story with me tonight.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Oh my God, this is absolutely awesome,
Amazing,
MzMetchi.
amazing. Now, look, before I let you go, just one more time, let them know how they can follow you, keep up to date on all things for I Count the Dark, and let them know how they can listen to the poem.
Absolutely. So you can go to berthinaegreen.com and go to the media link, and all of the links are there for all of the other Christian devotionals that I was featured on, in addition to the link for I Count the Dark, in addition to the link for Screaming with No Voice. And there's a lovely donor page there. So please donate to my nonprofit, Screaming with No Voice, and I will be able then to usher in even more support and assistance for survivors and thrivers everywhere, whether it is sexual violence, whether we are talking about domestic abuse, or whether we are talking about attempted suicide, which is all my story. And then, yes, of course, I Count the Dark, the track that I laid with the sound engineer extraordinaire, T. Hall, no relation to Dr. Tamika Hall.
It's a different T. Hall, y'all. It's a different T. Hall.
It is available. It's so wonderful. I truly hope that it will uplift someone else just as it did for me.
Well, I'm going to be sharing these links on the pages so that everyone that's tuned in tonight, they'll be able to go and take a listen, and also to purchase your memoir. Tina, you got to make sure, because I know something in my spirit tells me that you are probably going to be writing something else soon. Am I right?
I already am.
Oh, so you got to come on back when it's time for that new release. And I just want to let you know, like, I am just wishing you all of the peace and blessings as you continue on your mission. And like I said, thank you for sharing your story. You opened up about some things that are taboo within our community, and it's things that we need to hear a little bit more about. We can't keep turning a blind eye. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm sending
never
you
know where to put my fingers at. There we go.
I know, right? I'm sending you hearts. Well, I will talk to you soon. We're gonna stay in touch, because I want to continue anything that we can do to make sure that we're giving to the non-for-profit and helping you to just amass all of the success for what you're doing. I'm here for it. So you have my undying support.
Thank you so much. I will follow you forever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye. See you later. You all make sure that you go and follow Tina Green. I told y'all I had a guest for y'all tonight that was going to rock. She was going to rock it. And I'm just so thankful that she shares her story, y'all. We have to get a little bit more vulnerable, and we got to talk a little bit more about some of these things that are taboo. I mean, and especially, in the military, oh my goodness. I couldn't imagine. So I have to really quick. I got to go ahead and take a quick break. But for those that are tuning in live with us on Facebook and YouTube, I'm going to leave up Tina's information. I'm going to leave that scrolling at the bottom, because I want you all to go and purchase her memoir and go and listen to I Count the Dark. Okay. I'm going to be dropping the track for y'all. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. And when I come right back, I have tonight's Hate It and Love It. Be right back.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm gonna take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
The Black Dollar Days initiative has officially kicked off. Make sure that you join founder Faye Porter in her mission in uplifting the Black community. You can join by registering your business or just replying that you're in and you're ready to be in on this initiative. Okay? Visit theblackdollardays.com and do what you need to do to be a part of this. Be a part of the change that you want to see. Make sure that you follow them on all social media and let them know that the Blueprint Media Company sent you. All right, y'all. It's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. I'm going to get into these comments real quick, and then let's go ahead and jump into tonight's Hate It and Love It. Okay. Let me get into this. Theodora, Tina's book is really good. Yes, you all make sure that you get I Count the Dark. Okay. That's going to be available. Remember to go to BertheniaEgreen.com. Okay. Make sure you all go. Tamika said, Mechi, your face is flawless, so beautiful. Thank you, girl. I did my little before and after. You know, I tried. If you all follow me, I posted it on Instagram and I was looking crazy before I did my makeup today. Crazy. Thank you, sis. Be your own kind. Shout out to my partner. Shout out to my partner, my sis. She said, I have to check out the book. Absolutely. I'm going to be dropping that after tonight's show. I'm going to go and drop the book. That link onto the Blueprint Media Company page. So make sure that you all are following us. Okay. Said, trust me, you will not be disappointed. I love that. Yes. We are going. Look, y'all make sure that you all go and support. Okay. Let's get into tonight's Hate It and Love It. You know, y'all, I have been at a place where I don't have too many hated it. Okay. I really don't. You know, it's been a process for me. You know, those that have been tuning into the show, you all know a little bit of my journey and some of the things that I have had going on over the course of the last couple months. And, you know, the only thing that I can say is the hated it is that it's just like, you know, are you ever at a place where you know things aren't 100%. It's like you want to be 100% so bad. It's like, oh my goodness, I want to feel back like 100%. I'm probably at about a good strong 80% at this particular point. Just with just the emotions with everything, but I'm working every day to try to get back to that 100%. So that's, you know, we're just gonna leave that at that. That's totally the hated it for this week. The love it. Oh my goodness, it's been so many great things that have been going on. So Tina mentioned, if you all were tuning into the interview, that she had looked at a magazine article. So y'all, I ended up being featured in 2 different publications, like literally 2 days apart from each other. I don't know who out there, these publications, shout out to Voyage LA, shout out to The Bold Journey. These are nomination-based publications. So another professional or someone who has already been inside, you know, in that publication has to basically nominate you. They have to just honor you at that particular moment. And I was blessed to be able to be nominated for both Voyage LA and for Bold Journey. My love it this week has to just be that I am so appreciative of these opportunities to be able to showcase everything with the MzMetchi brand, with the Blueprint Media Company, with Lavish Looks. I mean, for those that are tuning in live with us on Facebook, I got on my Lavish Looks right now. You know, like it's been a true blessing to be able to tell a little bit about my story, because I have with business, been through some things, and just in life in general. I've had some different things. I even this week had an opportunity to, if you all are following me on social media, you all know that one of my really good friends in media, Mike, shout out to DJ MzMetchi. I did an interview with him to talk about his story, and then he invited me to come on his show, and we did the live, well, not a live taping, but we did a taping for that. That interview will be released. And I'm always the person that's interviewing everyone else, so it's always nice when I get that opportunity to really share about my journey, what I've been through, to from the start all the way up until now, and just even to be able to talk about the things that I'm going to do. I always appreciate those opportunities. So shout out to Eastside Certified, shout out to DJ MzMetchi, shout out to Voyage LA and the Bold Journey. It is a true blessing to be able to share my story on all of those platforms. So that's the Love It this week. That is the Love It. Woo! And now I'm drinking wine. Okay. Let me get into these comments. What are you all talking about over here? And you all tell me what your hating and love it's are. Okay, she said, yes, we are excited this week. And also, so I've been talking to a lot of people and my listeners and everything on the Blueprint Live about the 6-part summer series that I have had the opportunity to facilitate through, from start to finish. So I'm super excited. The Summer on the Court kicks off June 20th. Yes. I am really, really excited about this initiative. I'm a corporatepreneur. Okay. I work corporate in the daytime and I do my media after that. Okay. And being on the management team for, a high rise as well as for a historical site in the city of Chicago, sometimes it still amazes me because I've done so much work in the commercial real estate industry. And I knew that I wanted to do something to really make my mark. So I'm really excited about this opportunity for all of my downtown peeps. So, if you all, it's going to be happening on Tuesdays. We've got 6 different Tuesdays from June 20th all the way through September 26th. Come rain or shine, we are having a good time. Okay. It's giving food trucks. It's giving entertainment. It's giving, I'm going to have my girl Butterfly touch massages. She was on the show not too long ago, a couple months ago. She's going to be doing massages. Okay. We're doing free massages. Okay. We are coming out. We are putting our big stuff together. So I'm super, super excited. Everything for that particular event or series of events is going to be dropping tomorrow. Between tomorrow, I would say tomorrow and Monday, there'll be more details. So all my downtown peeps, all my people that are downtown, you guys got to come and make sure that you come, have a good time, come and enjoy some music and some food and just different amenities and really just see what's going on the Mag Mile. Okay. We own the Mag Mile this summer. That's the Love It. That is the Love It for me. I've been at a place of just being extremely grateful and extremely happy for all of the opportunities that are coming up. And I have a big project that I'm working on. You all know I don't like to give you what's going on until it actually happens, but there's some things that are on the horizon. Another opportunity and a platform that I'll be able to have to extend to other business owners, artists, creatives, and people that are making a positive impact. So you all know that that's the mission, and that's what I'm on. So that is my hate it and love it for the week. Okay. Be Your Own Concept. Congrats, sis. Congrats. Auntie Tracy, she said it's beautiful in that building. Yes, I am on the management team for some very beautiful properties. So again, gotta go ahead and pay some bills. But in the meantime, drop those businesses in the comments. Be Your Own Kind. I want to see your YouTube link and all that other stuff in the comments. Please stop playing. Please and thank you. I gotta go and pay some bills real quick. But when I come back, I have tonight's What Would You Do? I'll be right back.
I'm 54, so basically, it's too late to start saving for retirement, right?
Not right. Starting to save, even in your 50s, can really make a difference.
Well, right now, saving seems hard to wrap my head around. Plus, with the way this year's been going,
Hey, listen, it's okay. You still got this. Just go to aceyourretirement.org. It's an online tool from AARP that can help you get your retirement savings on track no matter your age. It's free and only takes about 3 minutes.
I like 3 minutes.
Yeah, at aceyourretirement.org, you'll chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer a few questions and you'll get a personalized plan and tips to help boost your retirement savings. Tips that are easy to understand and tailored to your lifestyle.
I like that too.
Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back. Just head to aceyourretirement.org and make your plan to start saving for retirement.
Thanks.
That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
And now, introducing one of the newest BossFluent creations, Lady. Lady is a women's fragrance that will leave men mesmerized and have you feeling beyond amazing. Its sweet and soft aroma will bring out your inner divine feminine and keep him wanting more, over and over again. Lady, a BossFluent product coming soon. Make sure you check out our fragrances and much more online at www.bossfluentent.com. Let's get into today's What Would You Do, where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Let's go ahead and hop into tonight's What Would You Do? This situation, y'all, is a little bit, oh my goodness, I'm gonna need a sip. And for those that are wondering what I'm sipping tonight, I'm gonna just put it. Yeah, I'm thugging tonight. We got the little Taylor port in the cup. I do have my water here because I'm older now. Shout out to all it's Taurus season. Okay, where my Taurus is at. Okay, where my older Taurus is at. Y'all know how it goes down. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I think I should have never gotten married. I thought my husband would be understanding of my condition and my OCD, but now all I feel is the pressure to get better, to be active, to do sports, to do yoga, to play the piano, etc. When I can't even get out of bed, I'm seriously tired. Excuse me. I take medication, which makes it even harder for me to be the way that he wants me to be. He insists on the fact that he's trying to help me, but he acts as someone who blames me for not being able to do such things. And all that I do is keep giving him excuses of being lazy and such. Okay. I really want to feel better and become the best version of myself, but this is not how it should go. Any advice? I talked to him about this many, many times, and he doesn't seem to understand. What would you do? Whoa. This was a heavy one. This is a heavy one. Be your own kind. Taurus season is ending, and then there are the Geminis. But we are still in the Taurus season right now. So right now we're going to celebrate that, and we will get to you all when it's your time. Absolutely. We love the Geminis. Right now it is about the Taurus. It's Taurus season. Yes. You know, real quick before we jump into this, what would you do? I've been experiencing this thing this month, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or whatever. But, you know, people have just been like blowing off birthdays. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I literally had a conversation and I'm just like, oh my goodness. I'm like, yeah, my birthday was on this day. They're like, your birthday was yesterday. Like, my birthday is going to be through the entire Taurus season. What do you mean? I'm celebrating me. I'm celebrating the day I was born. The Geminis are coming up. We're going to revel in our last couple days as the Taurus season. Back to the what would you do? So this lady has OCD. She's got some different things going on. Her husband's basically just like, you're just giving excuses. What do you all think about that? You know, what I have to say on this one, this particular what would you do, is that when you're in a relationship with someone that may have some different things going on. For me, you know, I thank God for Anthony because, you know, anyone that knows me, you know, and I've been very transparent about it on the show. I definitely have anxiety. high functioning anxiety, but anxiety nonetheless. And it can be a challenge at times. Anthony, I won't even have to say anything, and my husband will know, like, you're low-key having a freak out. Stop that. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. So I'm very grateful to have someone in my life that understands that what I'm going through is something that's a little bit outside of me. I'm able to better manage it. I'm able to communicate when I'm having those moments where it may be at an all-time high. But it does take a certain level of patience and understanding and compassion when you are dealing with someone or in a relationship with someone that has something like OCD or anxiety, or that may be autistic, whatever it is that they may be suffering from that's out of their control. It's very important. What her husband is doing to her is very unfortunate, because it's like she can't really help that. That's not something that she can help. You have to be understanding. And, I hate the fact that she opened it up and said that she shouldn't have gotten married. I would probably feel that way too if the person that I was with was not really being very understanding to my condition. When people go through things like that, it is literally out of their control. And if you don't have the patience or the wherewithal to be there and kind of ride through that storm with that person, you probably just need to leave it alone. Okay? You need to leave it alone. In this situation, since she said her last thing was, I talked to him about this many, many times. Many, many times. This has been a recurring conversation. So typically, I feel like when you're running into issues with communication, especially with your significant other, that's probably the time where you want to go ahead and call in a third party, be it a pastor, be it a therapist, whomever, so that everyone can be heard. If she's on medication or doing different things, it's quite possible that maybe that's just not doing it for her. For the people that I know that deal with certain things similar to that, they have to take things to kind of get them back to an even place. So I would say the first thing is that if you're feeling lethargic, ma'am, or you're feeling different things, whatever it is where you're not able to be 100% yourself, you cannot show up as yourself. You need to go and do just a little bit, make sure that you got your stuff together. You may be taking something that it's the wrong dose, or it's too much, or it's not enough. We want to just make sure that we are doing our due diligence to just make sure, hey, I am 100% checked in at this particular point. I am checked in. That's the first thing. After you've done that and you recognize it's like, hey, everything is as it should be, I would definitely bring in a third party at this point. I would be telling him, it is important for our marriage, for my mental sanity and clarity, to go ahead and seek further counsel outside of this. Because this is what they talk about in marriages when they say for better or for worse. This is the for worse part. For sure. Okay. You can't just sweep it under the rug. He can't just act as if his wife doesn't have OCD and have a lot of things going on. And for those that are just tuning in for tonight's What Would You Do? The situation is this young lady has OCD and she's got a lot of other things going on. And her husband's not being very understanding. We have to get out of that. There has to be some conversation. So I definitely want to know what you all think. I want to know what you all think. So please drop that in the comments. Let me know. Should she stay? Should she leave? What do you all think? Because personally, because it's a marriage now, if this was just her boyfriend, this was just her little boo, this is her little yeah, as they call it, I would be out of there. Bye. Gotta go. Don't want to talk to you anymore, clown. But with the marriage, it's a little bit different. Marriage, hey, it's real easy to get into. Very difficult to get out of. Okay. Very difficult. So that would be what I would do. In this situation, I would let him know we absolutely positively need to go to therapy. It is imperative for our relationship. It's imperative for our relationship. And I would make sure that in that meeting, that anything that I needed to say as far as how my husband made me feel at that particular moment, I would have to put that all out on the table and allow that third party, allow that therapist, allow that, a coach, relationship coach, whomever it is that can offer some insight. I would allow them to try to help and decipher that. What is Renita saying? She said, no, you celebrate the entire season. No, my celebration stops on Memorial Day. It does. It does. It does. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break while you all gather your thoughts. Okay. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in with us on Facebook and YouTube tonight. We're going to take a quick break. And when I come back, I've got some stories. We got to talk about what's happening and what's up. Okay. Be right back.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder, and our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other and build family memories we will carry with us forever. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. It's easy. Just put in your zip code to find family-friendly outdoor destinations near you. You'll also find guides to free activities, games, and amazing forest facts. Give the magic of the outdoors to your kids and reconnect with your family. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl, MzMetchi, checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle-dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Grab your products today at MzMetchi.com/shop. Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Time to get into what's happening, what's up. Woo! Now look, let's get it started. Why is Robert De Niro having 7 kids? Why does he have 7 kids? Why? Somebody help me out. Help me understand what's going on out here in the streets. Because I'm confused. Okay? I'm confused. I don't understand what's going on. Yes, shout out to Be Your Own Kind. You all make sure y'all shop with my sis. She just dropped some new products. That's what's happening in the streets. She just dropped some new products. Go to beyourownkind.com. Okay? Y'all make sure y'all go and check my sis out. She is doing big things. Okay, y'all make sure y'all read the blogs. Okay, tune into her show. Okay, this my sister for real. This my sister. This is my sister. But getting back to Robert De Niro, why do you have so many children at this age that you're at? Like, I just feel like, now look. I ain't got no babies yet. Y'all know my journey. Y'all know where I'm at. Okay. Y'all, you see what it is. But at a certain age, I'm just going to be hunching. I'm not going to be hunching with the purpose to procreate. We just going to hunch. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep it respectful. Moving along, the Biden administration has confirmed this week, okay, that pause for student loans is about to be over with. It's about to be over with. And for that, I got to take a sip. Auntie Tracy, no, you didn't say this. She said, me too. I'm surprised he could shoot out some soldiers. It's so inappropriate that I love it. Yes, I agree, Auntie Tracy. I didn't get that either. I saw that. I'm like, seven. But back to these student loans, y'all. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I got so comfortable with not paying Navient, but let me tell you, no, Nelnet, Navient, formerly Sally Mae, they didn't pause not a piece of anything. They were like, girl, we don't care if you are out in the streets. We're not pausing your student loans, fool, is what they basically said. Because, baby, let me tell you, I could pay the student loans. Absolutely. Could be paying on the interest. I could still have been making payments. But I'm not. I was not. I'm not paying them until they send me an invoice. You got to send an invoice. And what happened to the forgiveness? Are we not forgiving? Moving along. Planet Fitness this summer they're gonna be offering a free gym pass to teenagers all across the country. Okay, we got to get the little babies, we got to get them active, okay, so that they don't be up in the streets tearing stuff up. Do you hear what I'm saying? So shout out to Planet Fitness for doing that. We love it. Thank you so much, Planet Fitness. No, I love to see it. I actually, when I had a gym membership there, I would see a lot of the, the high schoolers and different things that they would come and they would work out. And, anything that's going to provide a positive place, a safe haven. I am all for that. So shout out to Planet Fitness for putting that in place for all the teens this summer. Okay. You got to make sure, hey, if you got a kid, go get them a gym pass. Okay. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Okay. That's what we're doing. So, really funny story. I've been seeing these two young ladies all over TikTok. Have y'all heard about the boot girls? The boot girls. Have y'all heard about them? Okay, well, if you haven't, I'll tell you about it. So in Atlanta, the boot girls, they're two young ladies that they go, if you get a boot on your car, you call the boot girls up in Atlanta, they're going to come and remove that boot for you. Okay. Now, when I first saw the boot girls on TikTok, there was actually a guy that was trying to call the police on them. And then they show up with the Pooh Shiesty mask and everything. It's completely incredible. And I'm just like, I am here for the hood Robin Hoods. I'm here for it. I don't care. I'm just like, look, okay, call them up. I'm like, can we get some Chicago boot girls? Because I know a few people that's on the boot list. Okay, they're on the boot list. Stop trying to come for them. Now, I really, really wish that with the boot girls that they did not start recording, because some things just don't need to be recorded, right? Why am I going to record myself low key doing a crime? It's beyond me. But the boot girls do exist, and they've definitely, the videos that I've seen, they are going toe to toe with people. They're just like this. What? You call the police? We can fight out here right now. And one girl is fending off the people that's trying to call the authorities on them, and the other one is like, we're gonna get this boot off. And then the one girl, her nails are so long, I'm just like, she is removing a boot with these 12-inch nails. I am here for it. I'm here for all of the shenanigans. Okay, we need some Robin Hoods up in here. Okay, shout out to the boot girls. Shout out to the boot girls. Well, I'm here for it. Moving forward, Beyonce, y'all, they believe that the Queen Bee is going to be releasing a hair care line. She recently posted on her social media a beautiful photo with her sitting in front of an array of hair products, and it looks like she was putting a slight spiral curl in one of her curls. I'm just like, okay. Yeah, I don't want the beehive to get me, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna say it. I want Beyonce to stick to entertainment. It seems as if some of the things that come, some of her products and things that come out, it's just not registering with her audience. everybody can't do the sales and the things like your Rihannas of the world and all of that. I feel like you can be great or whatever the case is, and you can dominate and do all of these different things. And the hair care, I mean, I'm interested in it. I'm totally interested in it to see what she's gonna do. I mean, I love me some Beyonce. I'm not a hater at all. I love that woman. She's phenomenal. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll definitely, I'll let you guys know once it's all released. Moving along. Last week I was talking to you all about, we didn't know what the heck was going on with Jamie Foxx. What was going on with Jamie Foxx? So reportedly, he's receiving treatment at a physical rehab facility in the Chicagoland area. Okay, that's what's being reported right now. Again, this story has been so up and down that it's really, really hard to navigate if he's here or not. Okay. And this is the thing. Honestly, that story could change. Then they'll say he was in, he was in Philly or he was somewhere else, and that's where he's recovering. So we don't know exactly what's going on with Jamie Foxx, but we are sending our prayers to him nonetheless. Now, another story that I talked to you all about last week that I kind of wanted to circle back around on, because I was just like, oh my goodness. We were talking about Jonathan Majors last week and talking about his case and how, they've got all these things against him. It's just really been going down as far as with Jonathan Majors. However, it was revealed in the news this week that him allegedly, him and Megan Good are dating one another. We don't know how true it is because neither one of them have confirmed it. But I'm just like this. I'm like, he came back over to the original side real quick. Let me just go ahead and say it. He came back over here real quick. We don't know if they're dating, but I'm just like, wow, that's a couple I wasn't expecting. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting it. So yeah, shout out to them. I mean, Megan Good, I guess she said she like, look, I don't want no pastor. I don't want that. I don't want that. Moving along, last but not least. So I'm gonna tell you all this story, and then for all of my people, everyone's gonna feel like that they're super old. Are you ready? Sasha Obama, President Barack Obama's daughter, she graduated from USC, okay, over the weekend. Now, if you all remember when President Obama got into office, Sasha and Malia were little girls. Like, they were small children, okay? Small children. And now Sasha is an entire college graduate. Like, I can't even, when I saw that, I'm just like, I have to report on that this week. How amazing is it that we got to see those beautiful Black girls, beautiful Black girl magic, just everything. We've been able to see them from young children up through adulthood. So congratulations to Sasha Obama from graduating from UIC this past weekend. I love to hear heartwarming stories like that. And it has been a true blessing to watch those two girls, to watch the Obama girls grow up before our very eyes. Like, when I saw the story, I was instantly like, I remember seeing him when he got inaugurated and looking at, just like, I was like, oh, his daughters are so cute. And now they are like grown women. Grown. Okay. Malia is around here. She got on suits, ties, baby. As long as I got my suit and tie. Do you understand what I'm saying? She is doing her thing. Sasha is a college graduate. She is doing her thing. It has been a true blessing to watch them grow up in front of us. So shout out to the Obama family. I mean, they're still out here making noise, even when they're not making noise, baby. Okay. Auntie Tracy said, yes, we watched them grow up. Yes, we did. Absolutely amazing. She said, yes, I love them. Love it. Just a true blessing to be able to do that. That's all that I have as far as what's happening, what's up tonight. Okay, that's all that I have. I'm going to take a really quick break. In the meantime, make sure that you're dropping those businesses in the comments. Remember, I want to connect with you, and somebody needs what you have to offer. I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, Now y'all, I ain't gonna lie, like we talked about a lot tonight. So when I come back, I'm gonna give y'all the quote of the night, because next week's topic, it's going to be off the chain. I'm not going to reveal it now, but let me go ahead. We're going to take a break, and when I come back, we'll have the quote of the night.
And now, introducing one of the newest BossFluent creations, Lady. Lady is a women's fragrance that will leave men mesmerized and have you feeling beyond amazing. Its sweet and soft aroma will bring out your inner divine feminine and keep him wanting more, over and over again. Lady, a BossFluent product coming soon. Make sure you check out our fragrances and much more online at www.bossfluentent.com. The Black Dollar Days initiative has officially kicked off. Make sure that you join founder Faye Porter in her mission in uplifting the Black community. You can join by registering your business or just replying that you're in and you're ready to be in on this initiative. Okay? Visit theblackdollardays.com and do what you need to do to be a part of this. Be a part of the change that you want to see. Make sure that you follow them on all social media and let them know that the Blueprint Media Company sent you.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the...
Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Tonight, we certainly had a great conversation with Tina Green. Okay, remember, she is the author of I Count the Dark. I want you all to go and get in tune, get the book, and also listen to I Count the Dark, the poem that is available across all streaming platforms. I'll be sharing those links so that you all can definitely stay in tune with Tina and just continue to follow her journey as she is helping other people that are like her. Tonight's quote of the night, I'll go ahead and get into it. This one is really a really short one, but this is from Joyce Meyer. I absolutely love her preaching and just how she delivers the word. And this one was one that I wanted to share with you all. A positive attitude gives you power over your circumstances instead of your circumstances having power over you. I'll repeat it again. A positive attitude gives you power over your circumstances instead of your circumstances having power over you. If you are anything like me, you have seen and been through some things in your life, in your lifetime. And the positive mindset will carry you through every time. I mentioned on the Hate It and Love It how I'm like, I feel like I'm at about 80%. I'm kind of, I'm just trying to get to that 100, right? And the thing that's been helping me is to just keep a positive mind frame and keep that positive mindset of just not allowing anything negative to infiltrate, not allowing anything to bring me down, trying to do my best to push through and remain positive, even through situations and circumstances that are not ideal. Because understand, just as Tina was talking about in our interview tonight, we are all going through something. Everyone is going through something. You're experiencing some type of transition, a down period, an up period, whatever it is. Okay. That positive mindset will carry you through every single time. So that is my wish for you all. I want to thank my special guest, Tina Green. I want to thank Dr. Tamika Hall for connecting us and always bringing people of value to the platform. They are out in the Philly area. So shout out to all of my listeners that are out there in Philly, okay, Chicago, Houston, okay, like Jersey. I love you guys so much. And I'm super thankful for everyone that tunes in. Shout out to Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. Okay. They are the driving force to make sure that the Blueprint Live is broadcasted in all of those different radio markets. It's been a true blessing. Okay, a true blessing. And last but not least, of course, shout out to my amazing sponsors, Fiya Infusion, Black Dollar Days, and Paris Ice Bar. Okay, remember, she is your mobile bartender. Next week, I'm super excited. I get to interview the one and the only Chicago's very own Queen Ari. Okay, she is an R&B artist that is taking the music game just right under her wings. Okay. And next week, I'll definitely be having a conversation with her. She will be remote, but she's going to be, definitely tapping in so that we can learn more about her break into the industry. So I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that if you would like to advertise with me or do anything, that you visit the bpmediaco.com for more information. And if you haven't already, make sure that you're following the Blueprint Media Company on all platforms. Just type in at the BP Media Co. and we'll pop right up. And make sure, of course, you're following me, your girl, MzMetchi. That's MzMetchi on all platforms. Okay. I am so excited to release everything for Summer on the Court and information for other projects that I have coming up that you all can be a part of. Remember, I'm not doing this for me. It is literally for you. So I love y'all. And until next time.